Hello everybody, so in this video we're going to talk about green rain, which is today here, and it is 谷雨 in Chinese here. So you might ask when does it start and when does it end here? So it starts on the end of April, like today is April the 20th, and then it ends on early May, like on Labour Day 劳动节, which is early May there. So, the first thing that we have to know about green rain is that green rain is one of the 24 solar terms in the traditional Chinese solar calendar here. Because as we all know, we Chinese people love to divide 1 year into like how many seasons and how many like we call 节气 here. Because in ancient times, we are going to depend on the solar terms 节气 to know when to farm, when to harvest, and when to do the agricultural activities here. So as we all know, we have 24 solar terms right here. And then the green rain, the green rain, is the 6th solar term here. Or we call it the last one of spring, the last of spring. So why do we call it the last of spring is that if we draw, like, say for instance, now we're going to draw a rectangle here. Okay? So this rectangle will be our whole year, alright? So this whole year we have to divide it up into like 24 sections here. Not 24 sections, first we're going to divide it into 4 parts. Because we have 4 seasons, so that's why spring, summer, autumn, and winter here. So in every one of these, we have 4 solar terms, 4个节气 here. So we have like for spring, we have 6, and then for summer we have 6, and for autumn we have 6, for winter we also have 6 here. And 谷雨 is the last one of spring here, so this one is spring. And the 谷雨 right here, is the last one, or we call it the 6th solar term here. And this is also a transition period here. And this is where like the cold weather ceases, which means that it's going to like go away there. And temperature, like what I have the thermometer for, rises here. That means that we're going to go into summer, which is my favorite season because it is hot. And then we can see what is this? This one is a thunderstorm here. So what we mean by that is that the rainfall increases significantly as well here. So you might think that okay, we have the transitional period, but what does it actually do for the rainfall though? Because these things, the green rain is also important for this agricultural practices as well here. It's like in green rain, we have to do our agricultural things for our crops and our other things as well there. So we have the growth of grains here as well. And because of green rain, we have a lot of rain here, the rainfall here. The rainfall will be increasing during this green rain here. So we have the old saying here, 鱼养百谷 here. So this one is 养，鱼养百谷, which means that 鱼养百谷 here. So this one 雨 means rain here. And 养 means like just to like brings up the growth of them here. And 百 means hundreds of them. 谷 means grains again here. So that means that the rain will bring up the growth of hundreds of grains. That's literally the translation into English here as well. So that's why it's for the agricultural practices here. And the name green rain here originates from the old saying here, in fact. From 鱼养百谷 here. And also here we have like the climate and weather pattern as well here. So this period has the fluctuating temperatures like what I draw here, like with the vibration, like here, but this time it's for temperatures. That means that it has the high and the low here. That means the highest peak is around, like, say for instance, I'm just going to imagine 28 degrees, and the lowest, for example, it will be 20 degrees here. So that's why we call it a fluctuating temperature. That means that it's not steady like there, or it does not have slightly different changes like here. It is always constantly changing here. That's why we call it fluctuating temperature here. And also, it has the lingering cold fronts from the north here, and sporadic things here from the south here. That means that the cold weather are always moving away from them here, which means we have to seize them there. And why do we have the rainfall? Is that because the cold air is coming from the north there, and then some warm air is coming from the south there, and then when the cold and the hot one there is going to have some kind of reaction, and that's going to rain there. So for rainy, it's this kind of reason behind. That's why we call it green rain here. So we also have another one, is that besides its good benefits like the rain, we can like be good for the agricultural reasons, because we have to grow the grains as well here, and then we don't have to worry about the if you have to have the irrigation problems here. But it also has some like we should have, everything has some pros and cons, and that's why the consequence would be like dry soil and unstable atmosphere, also strong winds. So these three will make up sandstorm and gales there. So that's why farmers always need to have, we have to protect the crops there. So farmers in this case will like to adopt protective measures for their crops here. So this will pose some challenges to the agricultural activities as well. And also, during the green rain period, the increase of temperature and the precipitation creates a favorable conditions for the rapid growth of grains here, as we talked about, because it has a lot of rain here. And farmers prioritize protecting crops from insect pests as well. So if you draw it right here, because we have rain, because we have rain, and then if we have rain, then the crops, what we call grains, will grow much faster. If, for example, this one is the grain, it's going to grow and grow and grow, suddenly to a little sprout, and to a sprout into a tree here. So this one is the good consequence, but the bad consequence is that it also has the insect pest, 害虫 we call it in Chinese here. So during this time, the warmer climate will also increase the pest propagation here, in which we call 繁殖. That means that I will born you, and you will born another, which is like a little kind of duplicating, like 100 ants into 1,000 ants. Duplicate, like here. And then that's frequent, so the farmers need to have protective measures for their crops as well here. But the frequent rainfall also we're going to reduce the farmer's workload in maintaining crop hydration, because as we all know, to get a crop, we need two things, which is, let's draw it here. To maintain a crop, I'm just going to draw a flower though. I don't know how to draw a flower. Yeah, this one's flower. We need two things. One's the sun, which is the sunlight. That's why we don't need to have to care. And the other one is water. This is pretty important because we have to hydrate because anything needs water, like every living being needs water here. So that's why we have to care for it. So we have to water our plants or water our flowers like every day, as we all do in our garden there. So that's why we'll reduce the farmer's workload in maintaining crop hydration here. So given its importance, so this time becomes a bustling period for agricultural activity as communities engage in sowing the seeds. Like if this one is a field, And then we're going to sow the seeds right here. And also preparing the fields. Like we have to prepare the fields for us. Like, okay, we're going to do 5 lanes, and then we're going to sow the seeds here and wait for the rainwater to drop so that we can water it. So now we're going to talk about like some cultural activities that we can do during the green rain day here, like the green rain period here. So in southern China, there exists a time-honored tradition of drinking tea during the green rain here. So this custom is rooted in the belief that tea, as we said here, we're going to write it here, tea harvested during this time is particularly rich in vitamins and amino acids. And also reportedly aiding in the removal of body heat and also benefiting the eyes here. So drinking tea on rain day also is being thought to bring good luck and also ward off misfortune here. So if we live in like the northern China here, then we should eat something called, this one is the tuna sinensis here. I'm going to write this very long name. Tuna sinensis. Yeah, this one is the tuna sinensis. And this tuna sinensis is like a type of tender vegetable here. So this one is the picture of it there. And during the green rain, an old Chinese like adage describes tuna sinensis before the rain as tender as silk. Like this was very tender like a silk there. And it is rich in nutrients, and this vegetable is considered beneficial for strengthening the immune system and promoting skin and stomach health there. And it is commonly prepared in a variety of dishes, often combined with eggs or used as a fresh vegetable condiment here. So we can put this to eggs as well. Like to fried eggs, so we're going to fry them together, but this needs to go branch it in hot water first. Yeah. And in a modern celebration and cultural activity involved, like in coastal fishing communities in the northern China here, the green rain marks the beginning of the fishing season there. These rituals include offerings and sacrifices, underscoring the festival's historical and cultural significance to these coastal communities. And the green rain period is also associated with some beliefs and practices in addition to the agricultural activities. And it is also the time for appreciating the blue peonies here. And ta-da! The peonies is this one. And this one is our flower, 国花 here. And this one is 牡丹. If I write the Chinese character, then it should be this one. Now I'm going to write it. Is this one? 牡丹. And this one is this one. Yep, 牡丹. And this one is a very kind of big kind of blossom. It's very huge. This flower just very huge. Like if we see like this one is actually in very compact size, like a bush here, but one flower can go as large as about 30 centimeters there. So we all appreciate the blooming of the peonies here, and peonies is spelled like this. And during this term is celebrated and admired for their beauty and their cultural symbolism. And also, this flower is known to be the king of flowers, 花中之王 here. So it's this one, 花中之王. Yep. So this one's the king of the flowers there. And green rain also serves as a symbol of hope and prosperity in many rural communities at a time when farmers anticipate a bountiful harvest or maybe large harvest. And it holds a socio-economic importance, particularly in agrarian societies where successful crop yields directly influence the financial stability as well. And moreover, the activities and festivals associated with this sort of foster community cohesion, serving as a vital link between the present day celebration and practices and also historical tradition as well. And that's it for the Green Rain 古语. And if you want to see more videos, subscribe to my channel.